welcome to Goosey Fibers. I am trying to find a comfortable position to sit that I'm not blinding you all with the window right there. Hi, welcome to Goosey Fibers podcast. It is episode 4, I think. I've lost track already. My name's Kate. I am the owner of Goosey Fibers. And I realized I should probably tell you where you can find me. So you can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, and Etsy. Oh, and Facebook as Goosey Fibers. Pretty easy. I'll put it all down in the info box down below. It's probably over here. With all the links. And I hope they work because I just said it that they would. So there you go. And let's start the show. That's about as dramatic as it's going to be. I don't have a ton to talk about this week. I don't think I did. Well, I did some knitting, but honestly, it's been a really busy dyeing week. And like a post office week, so I just haven't done as much knitting as I want. And I showed a video on Instagram earlier this week showing just how slow sometimes I really do knit. I don't know why. Sometimes if I'm really distracted by a bunch of stuff, like my son right now, I just knit slowly. What are you gonna do? I keep talking about taking a Craftsy class on getting faster, but then there's this whole which class to take and what's good, and they all have reviews both ways. So, I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to readjust so you're not looking straight at my nose. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my podcast. So yeah, it's been just sort of a busy week, and I was also sort of just playing around with potential new hobbies and new things within the knitting world that I thought would be fun and that will not be my regular thing, but it's fun to branch out a little bit. So let's just get right into it. As for knitting, I'm going to do like knitting, general chatter, and then store update. So that if you don't like the store update, you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch. You can just keep, I don't know, you don't have to. You can hit stop at any point. I'm going to edit that out. Anywho, let me tell you about my knitting. I got one thing finished today, and it is something I think you'll be proud of me because I've been complaining about it nonstop. It is the vanilla socks for my husband. They're done. They're done. They're done. They're done. I'm so glad they're not on a sock blocker, which maybe I should invest in because it's definitely prettier than just seeing like a sock that could have just as easily come out of my laundry basket as it did off of my needles. It hasn't been worn yet, though. This is a clean sock because I told my husband he can't have them until I'm done with my podcast. And he's texting me right now. Anyway, he sensed it. I think I've nattered on about these quite a bit. It is 72 inches in the foot, narrowed down to 64 inches after the heel turn. It's a fish lips kiss heel with a partridge heel. Is that what it's called? So I think it's called the Kiss the Partridge heel. I'm not sure. I think so. And that's it. And then twisted rib for 30 rows for the cuff. It's really pretty yarn. I got it from Webb's. They're a huge knitting store in Northampton, Massachusetts, and they also have a really great online store. I think it's like yarn.com. I don't know. If you want to look for it, just Google Webb's, W-E-B-S, like a spider web, but no. Webb's yarn, and that'll take you to it. They're great. They have a lot of different things, and I really love this yarn for my husband. They have like 5 or 6 different colorways in this yarn, And they're all really handsome. So, honey bunny, honey bunny. We bring the singing down to a lower level. Honey bunny, honey bunny. I don't know. My son's gonna sing. He likes to sing to himself. It's Wheels on the Bus. I cannot wait for him to be done with that song. But for now, he loves it. And it's cute that he sings to himself, I think. So there you go. Anyway, socks are done. And I was going on and on about how much I hate them, how I'm sick of knitting vanilla because it's boring, and I'm a process knitter, and so just knitting vanilla just doesn't do it for me. Except that, like, I feel like with a really handsome patterned sock like this, like, you kind of have to knit vanilla. I feel like if you do a knitting pattern, it's just gonna take away from the sock, it's the yarn. So it had to be vanilla, I thought. I don't know. Maybe you have other ideas. I would love to hear them. But yeah, so I finished them finally. I was so glad, and I was like, I will never knit another vanilla sock for at least like a month. And then I realized I wish I had the yarn available, but I don't know where it is. But I have this. It's Regia. It's the Arne and Carlos for Regia. I think I also got this from Webs. And it's patterned, and it's beautifully patterned, and I don't think I should add a stitch pattern to it, so I started another sock. This one will be for me because it is wool, and this is really scratchy wool. I don't think my feet are gonna care, but it is. It's not as soft as I'm used to, but again, I bet with a washing, it's probably, and like wearing it, it's gonna soften up. But it's another vanilla sock. This one's for me, so the reason it's balled up like this is because I actually found one sock completed in my little knitting cubby downstairs, and I was so excited because I was gonna lie and be like, I finished a whole pair of socks and I have a half object for you. I was really excited to like pretend like I actually knit faster. I don't think I would have lied. I generally sort of collapse under the pressure and end up telling the truth. But I was going to show you my half object. Except I realized that I had knit them on size zeros, and while I could get them on my feet, they were so tight, and I had done Fish Lips Kiss Heel, which at least I don't find leaves a ton of room for the instep. And I have really high arches, so it just would have, I could have worn them, but I wasn't going to wear them if I continued with size 0, so I completely frogged the whole thing. And I'm starting over, size 1, so 64 inches, and sorry, hold on just a second. Where's Yellow Bus? Back! I am back. I've solved the crisis. It involved wheels on the bus. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, I started a new pair of vanilla socks because the pattern's too beautiful. I don't want to mess with it. I'm doing 64 inches for the foot. I used Judy's Magic Cast On, which I think is just such a great cast on because it really doesn't give you any sort of knotted edge. Hence the stitch marker, so I actually know which side is up and which side is down, even though for the foot, until you get to the heel, it really doesn't matter. I don't think. I'm using Magic Loop. I used to do DPNs for socks, but I just got ladders, or if I didn't get ladders, I had to work really hard not to. I constantly working not to get ladders. So that wasn't going to work for me. So I switched to Magic Loop, size 1. I like it. But yeah, again, vanilla socks. I can't with this. Why am I doing this to myself? We'll see. I don't know. I might not even get very far on these. But for now, it's good enough. This is a train wreck. I don't know. I'm trying to get a podcast out, but my kid woke up crabby today. Usually he's in a good mood and he just wants to play. I don't want to say that word out loud because for some reason it just set him off. But he's just mad. I don't know. It's the first hot afternoon we've had in a little while, so maybe that's just upsetting him. Anyway, stay tuned. You'll see if I get any further on these socks. I don't know. I'm pretty stubborn. I'll probably end up finishing them, but I don't know how long it's going to take me. And then I actually do have a hoe for the week. It is the back side of the Guernsey sweater vest. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm putting out fires left and right. We're done with the vanilla socks. I've talked about them enough. We'll see if I finish them or not. Let's move on to the hose, the half objects. Here is the big one. It is the Guernsey sweater vest. It's half done. This is the back. I did all the arm shaping and the shoulder shaping. It's done. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's really handsome. The front is the exact same as the back, except I think it has a V-neck, which so far I skimmed the directions a little bit and they are not very clear. So I don't know. I've never done a V-neck. There's a lot of things I've never done that this sweater vest is calling attention to, but there it is, a half object. I don't want to raise it because I have a sleeveless shirt on and I didn't consider wardrobe when I started taping, and I don't like my arms, so I'm just trying to do little like, ooh. There's the bottom. Not bad. Pretty handsome. I like it. I really thought I was sick of cables before I started this, which is why I put this project off forever, but it's got me back into it. I really like it. And I always end up finding my cable needle tucked up into my hair or like in a bun in various places wherever I go because I just put it there and I forget about it. And that's about it. There's not a lot to say because it's not even a pattern you can find on Ravelry. I had to send away for it. But it's all in Famous Seamus, which is one of my tonal colorways. This is on my tweed base, the Goosey Fibers Goosey Tweed. And I love it. It's fingering weight. I hold it double because this is for a worsted weight vest. And I really like how holding it double adds sort of a texture to it. I just think it's so handsome. The color is showing up very blue, but it's like a forest green. It's really pretty. Anyway, that's the knitting I've done. In terms of things I want to do, I signed up for the Yohi Locatelli mystery knit along. I think that doesn't start till mid-May though, May 12th I think, or May 18th. I think it's one of those two dates. And I'm really excited. I love her patterns. She is such an amazing designer. I've done one mystery knit along and I frogged the entire thing after completing it. And I vowed I would never do another mystery knit, but I really want to do this one. So I'm pretty excited about it. And I even dyed kits for it, which I'll show you later in shop update. Right? Yeah, I'll show you later. Unless you really want to see, okay, I'll show you this one. Lumos. I'm using this one in my kit because I love it so much. Because she has, it's like 3 solids, a variegated or like super speckly, and like a mostly bare yarn seem to be like sort of her guidelines for what to look for. So this will be my mostly bare yarn. This is Lumos. I'm going to do an entirely Harry Potter inspired mystery knit. I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, that's I think next on my queue. But I also was thinking about doing a lace project. I never did the featherweight lace cardigan. I think that's Hannah Fettig. And I feel like last year that was like something everybody was talking about. But I didn't get around to it. So I'm going to do it this year, I think. Or I might just do like a really traditional, like Estonian lace shawl just to have it and just to do it because I really enjoy doing lace because, again, I'm a process knitter and that's how we do. It doesn't really seem to matter what the finished project is. Sometimes I just like doing it. But yeah, that's, I think, it for knitting. What are you guys working on? Anything good? You should recommend me to something because once I finish a project, I always have this sort of like, I don't know, like I just don't quite know where to go. I get a little mired down in my planning, I suppose. So tell me what you're working on. What do you love right now? Oh, speaking of just me talking to you, yelling into the ether, I started a Ravelry page for Goosey Fibers, so you should check it out. It'll have show notes there. It's just Goosey Fans. That's what it's called on Ravelry. So, I mean, it's where you can put projects if you've been knitting with Goosey Fibers, or we can just talk about the podcast, or we can just talk. But it has like a introduce yourselves section, and I would love to see anything that you guys post because I want to know who you are. Anyway, so you might notice I'm like a little distracted. I'll tell you what I've been doing this week. Other than dyeing, obviously, knitting, obviously, but I also was just like wanting a stitch marker, and so I just like made a bunch. Anyway, I'll just show you. I've been sending them out in my orders. Like I try to correspond a stitch marker to an order, but it doesn't always work. I sent out like foxes today, and what else did I send? Oh, I sent the TARDIS. I can't show you guys. I made a TARDIS stitch marker, but I only made one, and it's gone. But here's a donut. How cute. Here's a dolphin. Woo. Here's, I almost said Leia. Duh. This is Harry Potter. You can't tell, he has like little rosy cheeks. Here is Leia. Here is, ooh, they're all jumping around. Active today. Here's the Niffler. Did you watch Fantastic Beasts? Niffler. He's even got like a little Swarovski crystal in there. I made a little panda. Made a little pug. And actually, I made this adorable little pig that I was so excited with, but I forgot to put in the, I don't know, whatever these things, these little metal things are. I forgot to put it in, and I baked him, so now he's hard as a rock, and I guess we just have a little pig for the house now. But yeah, so I've been sending them out with orders. They're not like extra cost. They're just like a fun side thing. And they are certainly not professional looking. They are truly a side project that I was just sort of having fun with. I did want to recommend, because I love stitch markers. I love really fun ones. And I wanted to recommend one company. I follow her on Instagram. And if you like Sucra miniatures, I think honestly her quality is just as good. She's amazing. Her store name is Bunny and Toot. And it's just so cute. She makes the cutest little stitch markers, and they're actually professional as opposed to these just silly things that I'm just shipping out just for laughs, I suppose. But you should check her out. She's great. So I think we're entering the general chatter of the general natter. I don't know, nattering. I don't have a name for this part of the podcast. Now it's time to gossip. So what I've been watching lately, Girls is over, which I'm kind of sad about. And I love Bravo shows, but the Bravo show I love most is over. So there's nothing to talk about there. Oh, we watched Fantastic Beasts, finally. I had gotten it forever ago, and we just haven't had time to watch it. And I've watched it twice. The first time I watched it alone, and the second time I watched it with my husband. And he was so upset at the ending. I thought he wasn't into the movie at all, because he was completely silent. And usually he's like, he talks back to the screen. And he like always has comments about what we're watching, and we were watching this movie and he was like just completely silent, and I was like, he's not into it. I don't even know why we're watching it, because anytime I really like something and I want someone else to like it, if they don't, I just want to shut it off, because I don't like, if you're not liking it, then like you don't have to watch it. Let's watch something else, because I don't want you to hate on anything that I like. So he was quiet. I thought he hated it, and then it turned out he was so into it. He thought the cinematography was beautiful, and he's right. And the creatures are also so cute. And he was so upset at the ending, because I'm not going to spoil anything, even though I think it came out months ago. I think it came out over Christmas or something like that. Because I remember watching Inside 23, and she was reviewing it, and I think that was like Christmas time. But if you haven't seen it like me, then I won't tell you about the ending. But he was worried that it wouldn't end happily. And so I think, I don't know, I was just so happy he was into it, because I love Harry Potter, and I love Harry Potter adjacent. And it was just so nice to get to return to the world and see American wizards. And I also really liked something he pointed out that you don't see as much of in the Harry Potter traditional movies is like all the wizards in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them are so good, because they're all grown-ups and they've been doing it forever, and they're all like aurors, and so it was no like simple skills, simple spells that maybe they mess up or maybe work really well. It was all like, expert level wizarding, which was cool. So there's that. Yeah. Oh, guys, I just saw my notes, and I was going to tell you about a project I've been planning for ages, and I still haven't gotten to it, because it involves crochet, and I don't know how to crochet. I mean, I can do it if I watch YouTube videos, but I don't really know what the terms are. But I really want to make, so everyone's been doing the granny stripes, or the corner to corner, which is affiliated, I think, with granny stripes. And I love those, and that's what I was going to do. And then I got the idea that I was going to make a temperature blanket for August's first year of life. And if you're not familiar with a temperature blanket, it's essentially like I used the high of every single day that he was born, of his first year. I used the highest recorded temp for where we were living at the time, and you correspond colors to, like, say, like 0 degrees to 10 degrees gets one color, and 10 to 20, and so on. So you have like however many colors you want, and you can make the scale smaller or bigger. But I was going to do every 10 degrees gets a color, and whatever the temp was that day, you do like a line of the granny stripe in that color. And so it's just one, you end up with a granny stripe, and it's something that you can do daily. You just do one row of a granny stripe every single day. And at the end of the year, you have a really cool blanket that's, one, made by you, so it's already cool. Two, if it's a year that's special to you, then it's like double cool. And three, it's a temperature blanket, so it's almost like a document of the environment and what it was like. And so I think that's really cool, because the first year of August's life was 2015, and that Christmas was like 60 degrees. If any of you are on the East Coast, I don't know if you remember this. It was like a really weird, unseasonal, hot. Oh my God, there's a spider. I gotta go. Hi, I'm back. Um, it was a beetle. Ugh. If it was a spider, I would have taken it outside. Unless it made a move at me suddenly, and then I would have screamed and probably set fire to the house. But it was a beetle, so I sent it on its way. Oh my God. Anyway, what was I even at? The temperature blanket. Did that make sense? So I want to do a temperature blanket. I was going to do granny stripe, but then I came across a pattern for squares. It's just basic squares. Squares. Ugh. I'm out of school a while. I know what a square is. Anyway, it's basic crochet squares with circles on the inside. And I was thinking of just doing 365 squares, each corresponding to a day's temperature. And I was going to use Bear's Rainbow Blanket. I found it on the Pearl, the Pearl Soho website. So I don't know if I kept recording just then because I was clicking around on my internet, but that's where I found it. Oh my gosh, I just clicked again. Hi! So I think I'm going to do that, but again, I just wanted to tell you about it because I think it's a really cool idea, and I've been marinating on it for some time now, and I still haven't done it. But it is such a cool idea, and I just want to pass it on because if you're going to do a granny stripe, do a temperature granny stripe. What a cool thing. And yeah, I think that's... What else did we do this week? Oh, we bought a bunch of garden stuff because this, as I've said before, this is going to be our first spring and summer in this house. So we want to garden. We have a raised bed that my husband made out back, just for starters, and we have like a little box for our deck for herbs, so we can just walk out onto the deck, grab the herbs we need for cooking, walk back in, and the garden. So we bought all the soil we need, and we bought a ton of seeds, lots of vegetables, ooh, lots of fruit. Very excited. And I also bought some shade-loving plants to plant around the house, for the darker spots that don't get sun, hence the shade. Anyway, but that's pretty much it. We didn't do too much. I really can't wait. We haven't planted anything yet because the guy at the garden place was telling us, oh my God, no, 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 no. I would say this is the Titanic of podcasts, except I knew from the get-go this wasn't going to go well. Let's call it the Lusitania. This is the Lusitania of podcasts. I'm really sorry about that. My son started FaceTiming my old boss. These kids today. So anyway, I'm still a little embarrassed. I don't even know what I was talking about. Gardening. We're gonna garden. Oh, I was gonna say that we haven't planted our seeds yet because the garden center said apparently in New England you don't plant your seeds till after Memorial Day, which has me really biting my nails. That seems late. Oh my God, is he FaceTiming someone else? The only way he'll let me podcast is if I let him have a phone of some sort. So it's either my phone or it's the iPad. And if it's my phone, he FaceTimes people. Whew. Okay. Gardening. Gardening is good. Hopefully we'll have some vegetables this year. I think Memorial Day is kind of late to start gardening, but what do I know? I've never had a garden. That's the long and short of it. So let's just do shop update. Let's just hop in because this is, whew. As I said, I have been having a very busy week dyeing a bunch, and I have been, if you haven't noticed, on a Harry Potter kick. I'm like obsessed with it all over again. So everything has been, other than just restocking some basics, I have just been dyeing Harry Potter stuff because I love it. I did actually dye sock blanks that I was going to show you because one didn't turn out great. It was Princess Leia, but the colors would have been pretty. Or actually, no, I could show you that one. I have it right here. I don't know why I'm thinking it's gone. Hi. Hi. Really close. So this is Princess Leia. It didn't turn out the way I had hoped. I do think it's pretty cool, and I do think the colors are going to be awesome. I just don't think it really looks quite like Princess Leia. I think it kind of looks like The Crow or like Johnny Depp. I don't, it doesn't look great. It was my first sock blank. I'd never done it before, so I think for a first, it's awesome. And I think the colors are going to be beautiful, all knit up. It's purples and pinks and a little bit of bear yarn and this really nice muted green. So it'll look awesome knitted up. It just doesn't look profesh as I want it to look. So I do have it in my shop if anyone wants it. It's on a discounted rate right now, well, permanently, until I get my skills up to snuff. And there's still a Goosey Springtime Goose coupon code through the end of the month. So I think through Sunday, it's 20% off your order. So you could actually get this pretty cheap. So I have tape on it for right now because these sock blanks love to unravel. I don't know if you've knit with sock blanks, but the ends love to just unravel because it's just a loosely knitted piece. So that's just a thing that you'll encounter with sock blanks if you haven't already. Anyway, if you want it, it's in the shop. And it'll come with a not professional stitch marker. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm trying to sell it because I actually really like it. I think it'll be really cool socks. And I would, if it doesn't sell, I'm just going to keep it for myself and make like a Hermione's or like a monkey sock or something. Or a pebble sock from Mina Phillips because I've been dying to do some of her socks. And I think knit up, it's going to look really springtime flowers, like very tulipy. So don't buy it. So I did make a decent Doctor Who sock blank. I did David Tennant because I love him from afar. But that one sold. I was going to show you. That's why the TARDIS stitch marker is gone too. I just sent it away in the post office today. And I do have ideas on how to make my sock blanks better. How to make the lines a lot cleaner, and I bought some supplies for it, but I haven't gotten around to it. Maybe this weekend I can do some stencils and get it ready. But until then, no more sock blanks to show you. I'm sinking in my seat. By the time the podcast's over, I'll be right here. Hi. Whew. Friday. Anyway, so now for my professional shop update that you've all been waiting for. I had mentioned that I want to do the Joji mystery shawl, Joji mystery shawl knit along, Joji Locatelli shawl mystery. It's the mystery shawl. And she gave, I told you already sort of the guidelines, she gave 3 tonals, like a variegated or highly speckled, and then like a mostly bare. And so I have a few sets in my shop update already, but I wanted to show you the one that I'm gonna use because I'm pretty excited about it. This is set 3. Oh my gosh, it's all Harry Potter yarn. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the first clue. So these are obviously my 3 tonals. This is pensive. I never know how to say it. It's like where you keep your memories, right? And you can look at other people's memories. Pensive. This is I Open at the Close. It is the special snitch that Dumbledore gave Harry. This is, Umbridge. Sorry, my mind is blanking today. Umbridge after Dolores Umbridge. Because this pink, it's like a raspberry fuchsia. So it's sort of like the feeling of Umbridge, a little bit ragey. And also just Dolores Umbridge. But it's a pretty pink. I shouldn't wrinkle my nose at it. This is a brand new color. I'm so excited. This is Always. Sorry, that makes me cry every single time. The Always. Oh my God. I can't handle it. So I really wanted to get like Lily Potter's hair color, so there's a lot of splashes of that in it. And then I don't know, I just think it's so pretty. I have a lot of greens for her eyes and for Snape being Slytherin. I have a lot of dark gray for Snape. And then it's just, it's his feeling of love for her and Lily's. So I have like light pinks scattered everywhere. I love it so much. But I'm not going to use it until this mystery knit along starts. So I've been eyeing it. I keep it with me. I love it so much. So that's the variegated, and I love this one too. This turned out really well. This is Lumos. I already showed it to you. It's the mostly bare. Oh, I love it so much. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. So this is my set. Oh my God. I love it so much. I can't wait for this knit along. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. You guys. Okay, calm down. So I have 3 different sets in my shop. And they're all at a discounted rate rather than buying 5 individual skeins, but also, like I said, there's that coupon code for 20% off through April. So through this coming Sunday, if you're thinking of buying it, you should definitely get it by then because you'll get a huge discount. It's nice. It's a good discount. And I'll throw in some stitch markers. Ooh. Ooh. So there's that. I also have, I did a couple of sets for the Andrea Mowry So Faded sweater because that's currently next in my queue. If I finish this Guernsey sweater vest before the Joji Locatelli Mystery Knit Along, I'm going to start the So Faded sweater. So I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. I'm so pumped. And I think, doesn't Stephen West, I mean, he just did that Mystery Knit Along with that gorgeous marled magic shawl. I didn't even participate, in that. But I think he's doing a sweater, or he's done a sweater. I don't know. I'm pretty pumped about that too. There's so much happening right now. I cannot wait. Anyway, this is my shop update. I need to stop blabbering. So, these are all in the shop right now. This is Pensive. This one I'm keeping for myself because you can see I screwed up a little bit here. I don't know why this is the one I'm showing. God. Of course, of all the ones I grabbed the one that I'm keeping for myself. But it's a tonal. It's much more tonal. It shouldn't have this white here and little bits there. It'll be much more just these blues and it's like a blue gray. It's beautiful. It's such a really neat tonal blue. So that's Pensive. This is I Open at the Close. It is just, that's showing a lot grayer. It's so much yellow. It is like daffodil yellow. It is like, it pops. It's practically neon. It's like the sun. But it's just showing so, wow, it's showing a lot grayer than it is. Oh, unfortunate. I wonder. No, that's just washing it out. Anyway, I Open at the Close, which I think is a great name for a yellow. Like I said, this is Umbrage. Again, I'm keeping this one for myself. The tonals they have pinks, but you can see there are a couple that I just kind of, I don't know what I was doing. They just have a little more yellow or white than I like. So this will be mine. Always. You saw it already, but I'm showing it to you again because it's gorgeous. I love it so much. I love speckling. I love it. And Lumos. And I love this one. This is in one of my So Faded sweater sets. This is These Cunning Folks. So it's like a nod to Slytherin, but it's like greens and blues and grays and like little touches of brown. Where? Maybe like right there. There's a little bit of brown. I just love it. It's beautiful. This is Rowena for Ravenclaw. It just reminded me because it's like Slytherin, Ravenclaw is it's like navy and it's not gold, not brass. I can't think of the color. It's like navy and sort of a golden yellow. But Rowena herself is this really like ethereal, beautiful ghost. And so I got the navy. I got in a little yellow, but I just really like how ethereal it is. It just seems like almost like water. So I just think that's really pretty. Ugh, beautiful. And I have another tonal. This is Dress Robes. I just thought of Ron's dress robes, and I think it's so funny how faded they were and how unhappy he was. So this is Dress Robes, and these are all in various variations. Good words. I should have a thesaurus on hand. these are in sweater kits or in the mystery kits, or they are also just available individually. And I love them so much. Oh my God. So these are all the new colors. So yeah, this is what these and sock blanks and just updating old colors, sort of restocking. That's what I've been up to. I actually got a big shipment of lace because I started carrying lace in the shop. And specifically, I kind of want to just mostly do tonals in lace because that's what I really like. There's Melanie Berg has a bunch of really beautiful shawls, and they would just work best in lace tonals, I think. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Obviously, all the colorways are available in lace, and they're beautiful. They're also, I started carrying cashmere, and they look really cool on cashmere because I feel like the colors really pop on cashmere. And they're available in mohair. I have like 5 or 6 spaces now to choose from. Yay. But I think I might, I want to start doing more tonals because I love variegated and I love speckled. And that's always, when I'm in a shop, that's always what I end up buying. And then when I want to just do a really like monotone, tonal object, I don't have a lot to choose from. So I'm going to start carrying a lot more tonals in my shop, I've decided. But I haven't really dyed too many up yet, just the ones I just showed you. So I don't have anything to show you this week, but hopefully next week I'll have more. Oh my God, I thought I just felt my cable needle. I didn't. It's in my room. But that's it for now. So I hope it wasn't too painful for you guys. There were a few emergencies, but all the fires have been put out, so I think that's something. Anyway, if you made it through the end, you're a trooper. And thanks so much. And if you are of a mind, I would love if you would click subscribe, because that's how I know that you like me and I'm accepted into the group. So that would be awesome. And if you like it, give it a big old thumbs up. That's over here, I think. And until next week, you guys, happy crafting. Thank you.